besties, good morning. It is a little bit after 8:30. Does anybody else get ready in their pajamas? It's the only way, because I don't know how my makeup's gonna turn out, even though I do the same exact makeup every time. It will look different. For example, today, I was a little bit mad with my primer because I put on enough primer to prime a small country, okay? And so depending on how you look or feel, it's gonna affect your outfit. You know what else is gonna affect my outfit? The fact that it's like 40 degrees outside. We had a cold front and it wasn't like slowly turning down the temperature. It was like overnight, it's 40 degrees. I am not complaining because I thrive on fall and winter clothes. I like to be warm. Hate to be cold, but I do love the clothes or the fashion more when it's chilly outside. We have a busy day. We have to go to the post office. I have a Poshmark package to drop off. My son has to volunteer at his school. And so we have to go to the festival because Parker signed up to donate blood. I mean, it's a whole thing. I want to film a reel. I got to show you the jeans. Okay, so do you guys remember the last vlog? The last vlog was kind of bittersweet because it was like Sophie's last appearance and you guys were kind of able to see how in the last, I don't know. I think in June was like the last month where she was like sparkly and bubbly and cute and getting on her hind legs and stuff. And so it was a very nice, bittersweet vlog. It was also the vlog where I got delivered 22 pounds of jeans. And when they got delivered, I also got my period. So I'm sorry, but if I'm gonna shop for something like underwear or bras or jeans, I have to be in the most mentally healthy place possible. That means not hormonal, not moody, not bloated, not cranky, not uncomfortable, not in pain, And so I was like, we're just gonna let those marinate for a little bit. They sat in a box for a week. I finally tried them on yesterday and I'm ready to share them with you guys, okay? So if you guys have put on an extra about 35 pounds thanks to Perry, I hope that maybe my suggestions will help you out. I love Express jeans because they are reasonably priced. I always get them when they're like 40% off. And they usually have a good combination of elastane, which is like stretchy in the denim. Like Levi's look however, they don't stretch. So they have like an egg timer on them. The minute you button that top button, the timer starts. Once it dings, I don't care if I'm at the mall, if I am praising Jesus, if I am at a school function, that button is unbuttoning. You know what I mean? When that timer goes ding, you guys want to see something? I don't think you're ready. It's cute, but it's also kind of sad and it's special and I need to put some lighting here. We picked up our baby yesterday, or rather, I was making dinner, and my husband was like, no, she cannot. She just arrived. I gotta go get her now. So the gang is all here. Everyone's safe and sound and happy and with mama. And now every day that I wake up, I say good morning. I don't know. Keeping your dog's ashes might not be for everyone, but it's certainly for me. Before I get dressed, I am going to prep for dinner, and I wanted to share a very, very, very easy meal that we like to do. I do it, can you see that? I like to save it for special occasions like today when I'm going to be really busy. And another thing that I want to share with you guys is when I share recipes with you, they are with the idea that there's going to be leftovers. So we are a family of 4. Parker eats for 2 because of lunch, and then Daniel eats for 2 because Daniel. But this is something that's really cool because it reheats great. I use a rice cooker. It's pretty much one pan if you want. You can alternate or swap out the veggies, and then you can also swap out the main spice. So this is one of those meals. Sorry, let me turn that off. I hate the face tracker. Face tracker, I don't know. I turned it on for a makeup tutorial and I was like, yeah, can I delete that function? So the beauty about this dish is it's fast. You can prep it in advance. It reheats nice, but you can also swap out the main spice. So this is one of those dishes that has just one combination of salt, like one all-purpose seasoning. The way that I do it, the way that my family likes it, because we do like a hint of aggressive flavor, is we use Tony's, like a lot. Rather, oh, you want to say hello? Yeah, it's sweater weather. It's sweater weather. Say hi to your friends. Where's my boyfriend and my little baby Rupert? So we season with this, and then it's not spicy. It has like flair to it, but it's not spicy. Daniel's not a big spicy person. And then I put it at the table, and Mateo and Parker will usually add more. I try not to because it's salt, and then I'm like super puffer fish the next day. But you can also use something like Laurie's. I just bought this the other day, you guys. I had never purchased Laurie's, but I saw it in like 3 reel recipes that popped up in my algorithm. And I was like, okay, what's the hype about? It is so good. Believe the hype, but also so much salt. I bought this not because I needed it. Well, I did. I needed the mental health hug. Look at this. HEB makes little half sizes of spice. So like spice containers are typically like this size. Let me show you. Hold on. So spice containers, get down really low with me and the hankers. Spice containers are usually this big. And then HEB's like, nah, dude, I got you. Little half sizes. I mean, honestly, I think it's brilliant because we live in a time where not a lot of people cook. It's kind of a lost art. Not a lot of people are teaching their kids to cook. But also, we also live in a time where you need 2 incomes to barely survive. And moms are still expected to make dinner and be a housewife and take care of the kids and go to all the extra. It's a hard, very hard time. So a lot of people aren't really cooking, and what's happening is you don't need that many spices. You don't need that many variety of spices. You don't need that many big spice containers. And shocker, spices do expire, but they don't expire like you would expect, where they get mold or taste funny. They just lose their efficacy, you know, their potency, their strength, their flavor. So you're putting like red powder in your food versus paprika, you know? So I buy paprika in the enormous, like big container, restaurant size at Costco, but I needed this one because it's so little. Whatever, you guys. Anyway, so as I was saying, as Pachaco was saying, this is a very, oh, here's another option. Yeah, that's a good option too. This one though, gosh, like I know that there is a cult following for Goya spices, but I feel like you're either Nor or Goya. You know, Nor, like the tomato. Oh, here, I think I have one around here. Yeah. So I buy the little one of beef, but then I get the big half gallon of the tomato and the chicken flavor. Like, so you're kind of like, it's split. You know, you're a Padres fan or a Dodgers fan. You're either a Nor fan or a Goya fan. I do like Goya spices, but they are violent. Like, you can take it too far real quick. You know, you didn't have my consent to overseason my food like that. And I don't have self-control. Hello, have we met? Have you seen my blush for just like an average Wednesday? So yeah, this is delicious, but y'all, you gotta be able to control yourselves. I'm not sure that that's something that I'm really good at. So what I'm gonna show you is the prep, and then I'll insert some footage of the final product, but it is so easy. Steam rice, chicken breast, and whatever the heck veggies you want. Our favorites are onion, bell peppers, and green beans. But you could do broccoli, you could do thinly sliced carrots so that they cook faster. You could do peas, you could do carrots. I'm sorry, I already said carrots. Corn is what I was thinking. Don't count corn as a veggie though. I know this is up for debate, but I do not count corn, onions, or potatoes as a vegetable. They are a starch. So if you really want that nutrient density, the vitamins, then you want, you know, cruciferous vegetables, anthocyanins, like think brightly colored veggies that resemble something in nature, like a tree. That's an easy way to remember. Corn, very high in starch. It's fabulous and delicious, but you know, if you're really trying to load up on good stuff, let it be a complement, but not the main course. So anyway, you're gonna take some chicken breast, you're gonna cube it up, small or little, depending on how you guys like it. I feel like the smaller we cut it, the more flavor it gets, but the drier it gets. So I tend to do mid-sized chunks so that when Parker reheats it at work, the chicken breast isn't bleh. And then I set my rice cooker ready to go, and then I just click it when I need it to be ready. So do you guys wanna get started? Hold on, let me see if I even have bell peppers, because I'm like really selling this right now, and I know I used bell peppers the other day. I'm trying this new system here at home where I make a list on our little glass board over there, and instead of doing, so like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm not a big fan of green beans, but I love asparagus. You know who doesn't like asparagus? Parker. You know what else he doesn't like? Cauliflower. Do you know who likes cauliflower? Me. So we're very opposite when it comes to veggies. He could eat broccoli every day. I would rather go topless to Walmart than eat broccoli, okay? Like that's where I'm at. But I eat it anyway because I'm an adult and I was beaten if I didn't eat my food, right? So, do I want to do asparagus or green beans? Anyway, so what I was doing in the past is I was meal prepping, but I was writing a list. Like today I'm gonna do steak, rosemary potatoes, and green beans. And it was like super strict. But I was starting to get really bored of dinner. Like it was the same stuff over and over because my kids are so picky, you know? And I don't wanna complain because they will eat what I give them, but it's like, I don't want to fight at dinner, so I'm just going to buy the stuff that I know they're going to eat. So we recently ventured out into things like Brussels sprouts with bacon, you know? Anyway, so I have this rotating list of ingredients that they're willing to eat. But what I started to do is kind of think outside the box. So I'll buy 3 heads of broccoli, 3 zucchini, a big bag of green beans, the sunset trio of bell peppers. But instead of cooking all the zucchini in one dinner, oh, they're eating spinach now too. I know, isn't that wild? Instead of just cooking all the zucchini one day, and that was our vegetable, I like mix it up. I'll take 1 zucchini and then like 1 bell pepper and like the half onion from the previous night, and then it'll be like a vegetable medley. Then on another day, it'll be half of the green beans, a red bell pepper, and maybe some frozen corn. And so it's like, they don't know what to expect. And they're eating multiple kinds of vegetables. I'm not bored of eating the same thing over and over. It's kind of like a refresh, you know what I mean? But it's really the same thing, just repackaged. But just visually, it's more stimulating. You can mix up the spices. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm pointing at my face instead of, I already cooked peppers one evening. However, I still have some left. This is probably not a correct figure size-wise or portion-wise, but to me, it's a, hey, we already did this, but we still have some left over. So you can, I don't know, make your own key about what that represents or what it looks like. We got no more spinach, we got no more mushrooms, we haven't used the broccoli at all. I still have half of the asparagus left. I use the zucchini, I have carrots. And so I have a list. That's what's going right now. And you know, that day we might feel like something different. So I'm not locked into Wednesday, this is the meal. Same thing with the proteins. So I had pork chops. These are like the thinly sliced ones, and how I'm gonna cook them. Chicken legs and how I'm gonna cook them. Steak and how I'm gonna cook them. Pork chops, these are bone in. I should have written that down, but I just know because they're gonna be grilled. Chicken breast, I'm gonna saute that. And then ground beef, I have it in the freezer. That's kind of like my emergency meat. And I always have it on standby. So I already did the pork chops, I already did the legs. For me, the way that I cook something sometimes is much more important than what it is. For example, today I have to drop off my son at 5 to volunteer, but then we also have to be there at 7. So the food that I make has to be ready before 5 so that when he comes home, he eats dinner, I take him right back. You guys are gonna think I'm ridiculous, but you already think I'm ridiculous. I hate to smell at grill. I don't. I think grilling is a boy job. We've talked about boy jobs. I think grilling is a boy job. I do it, however, because I prefer to make the mess outside than bringing it into my home. But if I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm gonna chit chat with parents or teachers, I don't wanna smell like grill. Now, if you are close enough to smell me and I smell like grill, you're welcome. That sounds like a you problem, right? But I feel self-conscious. I don't like it. So I will plan my dinners based around what's going on. There is a day of the week that one of my boys has therapy. And so I need to do something that I can pop in the oven or in the Instapot or in the slow cooker or whatever, so that when we walk in through the door after therapy, I think around 5 or 5:30, it's ready. Like, we are not off schedule. That just works for us. We are a very early dinner family. We usually have dinner between 4:30 and 5:30. And then the boys' bedtime is 9 o'clock. So between 6 and 7:30 that they go upstairs, they can have snacks, some fruit, yogurt, cheese, chips or crackers or cookies. And then of course they are little tiny program robots that have to have ice cream every single day. It could be freezing outside and they want ice cream. That's their dessert usually. It really, the days are so, Roomba has something to say. Let me turn her off. Our days are so, I wouldn't say planned, busy, that we try to plan as much as possible, but plan in a way that's flexible, like the ingredients that I buy. So it used to really, really stress me out, meal planning ahead of time. I don't mean grocery shopping, because that stresses me out too, but like having a list of today we're doing blah, 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 and blah. Tuesday we're doing da, 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 da. Wednesday we're doing thinking that far ahead really gave me hives, because then I would snowball into, oh my God, what if it's not available? Oh, what if it's sold out? Oh, does Parker have a meeting after work? Is he going to be late? Then I don't want to cook. Like, oh, I have to time it perfectly so that I have leftovers every single day except Friday, because I can't have leftovers on Friday because Parker doesn't work on the weekends or doesn't need a lunch. And then like, we can't just have leftovers for one person. When I have leftovers, I want it to be enough for everyone. So what we've been doing is on Saturday for lunch, we take out all the actual leftovers, not the ones that we made specifically for Parker's lunch, but like all the leftovers. And we're like, it's a buffet time. What do you want? And the boys go, dut, 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 dut. And everybody eats their little platter of leftovers. Where are these kiddos? You guys. It is so cold. What's up? Come on, let's go. I don't think they give a that it's cold outside, honestly. No, we don't eat books. We don't eat books. Do you guys remember, how many millennials watch my videos? Do you guys remember how sacred books were for us in school? Like the way we were taught to honor books. Was that a thing for you guys? Like, I went to elementary school in Chula Vista. It's a suburb in San Diego, and books were sacred. I mean, we had to cover them. We had to cover them. We had to no dog ears. We couldn't write in them. Oh my God, if you did that, that was like a cardinal sin. You couldn't write in books. You couldn't crease them. You had to be really careful to protect the spine. Like, we were told to respect books as much as our parents. Anyway, so if you guys are on the same boat where you got married and you signed up to be the personal chef of your entire family for the rest of your lives, I'm sorry, but I know that I have learned a lot of little things here or there to just kind of keep the momentum going, because this isn't one of those things like, okay, let's say your kid is really into MMA, and then all of a sudden you realize this is really stressing out the family. We can't afford MMA anymore. MMA's schedule changed and it doesn't line up with the whole family. I don't know. The MMA studio is closed now and we have to find a different one, and there isn't one close by. So you just stop going, right? Oh, he doesn't want to play baseball this season, so you just stop doing it. Oh, I don't have time to go to Pilates anymore. I do. I just can't afford it. I don't have time to go to Pilates anymore. I don't go anymore. You know what you cannot do is just not feed your family. That's not a thing. That's not an option, America. Everybody has to eat. And I think it is a topic that really stresses out the person that is responsible for feeding the family. And typically it falls on one person. If you guys are in one of those households where you split that responsibility, I had a friend who she and her husband took weeks. So like, it's his week. I don't care. He's going to feed us whatever he wants. I don't get an opinion. I don't get a say. If he wants to do takeout for 6 days, doesn't matter. He's responsible for feeding. Oh, now it's my week. Now I'm responsible. And it was like, that stuff is fascinating to me. For me, Parker's main responsibility is to support our family, right? And sometimes that requires him to be out of the house. Sometimes that requires him to work overnight and be tired the next day. Sometimes it requires him to stay out later. Sometimes it requires him to travel. And that is way too much responsibility to put on him to have to worry about that too. And I work from home. And if I need to delay something or push something out or skip a day, literally nobody's going to die. He doesn't have that luxury. So I'm okay having that responsibility, but I'm also okay complaining with my besties online. You guys are looking at my primer again, aren't you? I don't know what I was thinking today. I really don't. I think I was going for like a snowy Yeti princess look. So do you guys want to see what I'm talking about? It's not rocket science, you guys. This is sauteed onions, peppers, chicken breast, all-purpose seasoning of your choice, and white rice in a rice cooker. That's it. You can do it. I know you can. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's good for your sinuses. Oh, sweet Moses. Sorry guys, I forgot to give you a really important tip. If you are cooking with Tony's, it's kind of one of those things where like if you're throwing a grenade. So you launch it and then you run away really fast, or you do it as far away from a distance as possible, or you can wear a mask. I'm sure you have one laying around somewhere because it will immediately clear your sinuses and then give you a lingering like asbestos cough. But it's totally worth it. It's so delicious. Okay, so when Daniel and Mateo come home from school, dinner will pretty much be ready. We'll be ready to go. I have my rice cooker here with the butter and the water. Sometimes I use chicken broth. Today, I didn't want added flavor to something that's already gonna be super flavorful. So I just did water. I'm not even gonna add salt. I know there's gonna be a lot of constructive feedback, very friendly constructive feedback about how I need to rinse my rice. No, I don't. It really depends on what kind of rice you're cooking. And it also depends on whether or not you like it sticky. So 2 reasons why you should rinse your rice. A, to remove the starch, so it makes it fluffier. We like it sticky. And then the other one is in case there is something yucky-nucky on it, some kind of harmful bacteria or whatever, water is not gonna rinse it off. It might help, but I don't know. For me, it's not necessary. I typically do not rinse my rice. On a rare occasion, if I use short grain rice, like Japanese rice, I will rinse it. But when I do basmati, when I do medium or long grain rice, never rinse it. And then the chicken, that's another helpful tip that I probably will get. I cook all my meats at room temperature for a lot of reasons. The main reason is it cooks evenly when it's at room temperature. I'm also the only one in the house. I'm the only one handling the food. I like it to be at room temperature. So chicken sitting out on the counter might make a lot of people really uncomfortable. My family hasn't gotten sick yet, so far so good. The other reason that I don't cover the chicken, but I do cover the onions, my entire home will smell like onions if I leave this uncovered. I leave this uncovered because on the off chance, on the rare chance that my chicken is contaminated with a harmful microorganism and I cover it, I am basically multiplying it, inviting it to a rave, telling it to bring all its tias and cousins and parrots and neighbors and, you know, pets. And it's just not necessary. If I was working in a kitchen selling the food, different story. If I ever am invited somewhere and I'm bringing a dish, totally different story. If I invite people to come to my house to eat, totally different story. When it's just the four of us, I'm like, we got good tummies. So I don't cover any of my meats when I'm marinating, stuff like that. If it's in a marinating bag or whatever, obviously it's already covered. But like this, it's gonna be okay. I promise you guys, it's gonna be okay. Am I telling you guys to do that in your home? No, absolutely not. Because to you, I would speak to you like a professional. Always cover your chicken. Do not leave it in the temperature danger zone. Refrigerate it until you need it. But if it's just for your family, I think you'll be okay. It is the tundra out there right now in 24 hours. How crazy is that? It is windy, it is cold. The dogs are like, nah, they went to bed. I'm gonna clean up the kitchen, like fully clean it up and clean the counters, clean the coffee maker, do the dishes. That way, when it's time to make dinner, the kitchen will be clean. The only thing we'll need to do is load our dinner dishes and wash that pan. I know, isn't that great? Every fall, without fail, my neighbors' landscapers, which you can hear right now, blow all their leaves into their other neighbor's yard. Like that's rude, right? When my landscaper comes in the fall, so they come regularly to cut the lawn and do all that stuff, but when they come in the fall specifically for the pre-emergent and to pick up all the fallen leaves, they scoop it up and take it with them. These guys, you guys, I swear they look like the Mexican Super Mario Brothers, okay? They are so funny because one is like round like a meatball, the other one is long and skinny, and then they have the like really dark mustache, and they just blow all the leaves into the neighbor's house. And these are like really sweet, soft-spoken, kind neighbors. They have two little kids, they kind of remind me of like Mateo and Daniel, except one's a girl and one's a little boy, but they're like super cute little Asian babies. And they don't say anything. I feel like knocking and being like, do you want me to, like, I'd be happy to. I'll talk to them because that's not cool. Plus, what happens when they don't have time to pick up their neighbor's trash and then it's windy like today and all of that ends up in the entire neighborhood? Anyway, you're not here for neighborhood updates. You're here for jeans. So I have rewarded myself with new jeans because I have gracefully entered my perimenopause phase in life. No, I have not. But I'm still rewarding myself. So I don't know how many more times I'm going to say this, and I know you guys are probably annoyed hearing about it, but I just think it's important to just say that portion because it gives perspective, not because I'm complaining about my body. I love my body. I love the shape it's taken. I guess I just don't like being in limbo. So I think we're finally there. You know, I have been on HRT for almost a year now. I started in January. We are pretty much in November now, and I feel amazing. I feel wonderful. My weight has plateaued. I haven't gained any more weight. I am taking a specific supplement that is really helping me with inflammation. For me, like inflammation and bloating was huge. If you guys recall, I ended up going to my primary doctor complaining because I couldn't put on my wedding rings. That's how perimenopause started for me, was extremely swollen joints and joint pain. And I was terrified because both of my grandmas have had arthritis and like the two kinds. So like I got double stack on my possibilities for arthritis genetics. So I got all the blood work done and it wasn't that. Anyway, so inflammation's a big deal for me when it comes to perimenopause, but I'm happy to say that getting my hormones in order, you know, going to therapy regularly, moving my body, you know, just getting through these things that are happening, I've been able to get through them in a very graceful way. And there's no difference why I shouldn't be able to get through this gracefully, you know, embracing my 40-year-old body. And I know it sounds stupid, like, oh, you're skinny. Okay, I'm still thin. I think I'm always gonna be thin, knock on wood. But I also know that I'm almost 6 feet tall and I hide my weight really well. There's a lot of casing, you know, like there's a lot of sausage casing to disperse the weight gain. But you know what is there is not a lot of is grace and patience when it comes to being uncomfortable. So I'm sorry, if your jeans are too tight, like put on leggings or put on sweatpants or buy a bigger size. And that's kind of where we're at right now. When I shop from Express, I always get 8 long, rather. I always get long, the length and long. They have short, regular, and long. My typical size was a 6. I bought 8s and 10s, and I weigh about 167 pounds, just to give you guys, I don't know if that helps in any way. I know some people that are like fashionistas, like they're fashion bloggers or vloggers, do not share their weight. They just say their size. Does that help? Saying it or not saying it? I don't know. Maybe the comparison game. This is one of my favorite styles, you guys. I wore this short white button down. It's one of my favorite shirts ever. If you guys use mid to high rise jeans, or you have a short torso and wear regular rise jeans, it's cropped, but it's not super revealing unless you put your arms up. It's so cute. It's from Amazon. I'll link that, but I wanted to put it on just so you guys could see the rise of all the jeans. This is definitely my favorite pair. So you could tell this is a long, but you're gonna see in the other longs that they are not, that is not a stain, by the way. It's just the carpet is moved in the wrong way. So these are wide leg. What is the name? Relaxed flare high rise with a little bit of stretch. So, okay, it's called high rise, but look at where my belly button is. That might give you perspective on how tall I am. This is an 8, and it is a stretch. I can get my fingers in there. I love how long they are. I can't tell you, in my 40 years of life, jeans have never been this long on me. This has happened maybe twice. So it's very exciting. Are they going to drag and get wet? I hope so, because that never happened to me growing up. So I might be checking a core memory box here. But look how beautiful they are. I love the color too. For me, this shade of denim is a very classic Levi's look. Like the brand Levi's, but cute, right? I don't know. Let me see. Can I show you the back? Cute. Cute. Okay, let me try on a different pair. But again, this is the Relaxed Flare High Rise. You see why it's so important to try things on? So this is a wide leg high rise, also in long. The rise is a little bit higher than the other, but this one's not stretchy. And then look at the length. Like you can see my feet. And the other one, you couldn't see my feet. This one feels, and I'm going to be very graphic, so skip the next 15 seconds if you're with kids or you don't like talking about body parts. This one has that really tight crotch feeling. When you sit down, you make yourself feel some type of way and it's not comfortable. So it's not stretchy, and it also is really tight here. So I'm not sure if going up a size would help, or if this is just a factor when it comes to non-stretchy denim, because this is how the brand Levi's always fits on me, because there is no stretch. So the minute I put it on, I'm like, oh, hello. Wow, okay, buy me dinner first, you know? Gosh, same thing with this one. I do love the color of them. I know a lot of people are saying that distressing is out. So if you don't like that, there's a little distressing on the knee. And then here on the side, if you're a little more hippie, this might wear very not gracefully and kind of shorten the life of your denim. I do love the color. Oh, there's distressing on this pocket as well. So these are very similar to the other one, that they do not have stretch. Well, they have a little more stretch, actually. I take that back. So there's a little more stretch. It's the Relaxed Straight High Rise. So high rise is right at the belly button for me. This one feels like it's a little bit longer in this area here. So it does feel a little tight, but it's not uncomfortable. So when you move around, you're not getting that jolt of like, oh, hello, that's where all the denim comes together. Length, look at the length. So the length looks so different depending on the style of denim. This is a relaxed straight fit. The other one was a wide leg, and then the one before that was a bell. And so when it's a relaxed straight, they look so much shorter because you could see more of your shoes. I do love the leg style. I'm just not a big fan of how much emphasis there is. Do you see those little, like, it's part of the, what's the dye? It's part of the dye, like these little, but it also looks like they're too tight when they're not. It's an illusion. So I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with the last two. All right, this one's not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. The dye or the tint of the denim, it's sort of like that grungy, dirty light wash. It is a 90s slim high rise. So this section's pretty big. Now, I would say this, if you guys are dealing with a little added perimenopause padding in this area, the higher the rise, the more emphasis you're gonna get on your stomach area. But here's the thing, I would rather put it inside my pants than to have it cut in half and be uncomfortable. So that's something that you want to think about. If you have put on weight, perimenopause weight, postpartum, whatever kind of weight, you've put on weight and it's centered in your abdomen area, if you go with a higher rise, you are going to look rounder in this area. You're pretty much highlighting it. So if that's something you're self-conscious about, you can just factor in the length of your tops, tunics, slouchier sweaters, things like that. Now, if you don't want to give any more emphasis to this area, consider choosing a lower rise. However, get the right size so that you're not super restricted. So like if these were, I don't know, mid to low rise, don't look at the sagging of my crotch, mid to low rise, there's no puffiness here, but I do have the overflow at the top. So it's all about like what you're comfortable with, what you feel self-conscious about, the type of tops that you like to use, what's in style. Do you follow trends or you not give a fuck about trends? You know, like I don't care. I just want to be comfortable and feel cute. So like this is a style, it's cuffed, by the way. Like I think it's stitch cuffed. Yeah, it's locked up. So the length, it's actually extraordinarily long, but the look is cuffed. So that's kind of how the pants look. So that's something that you want to think about. Is this bothering you so much? And if it is, how would you like to deal with it? Do you want it under your clothes, out of your clothes? You know what I mean? Like, are you dressing for yourself or are you dressing for others? I don't know. It's totally up to you. That's what the back looks like. I think this is my favorite when it comes to the back. It's the most flattering, but again, it's a high rise. So there's a lot of fabric here, and that tends to visually make this area look bigger. When I tried on the rest of the pants that I'm going to show you, I was dead set that I didn't like them. I don't know if it was the time of day that I tried them on or what I was wearing on top, but I was like, absolutely not. So I have 3 left that I want to show you that were automatic buy, you know, like instead of buy. And now that I put them on, I'm like, oh, these feel like my gray sweatpants jeans. So these are the 90s slim high rise. I'm pretty sure they're just a different, what's the word? Wash. I think they're just a different wash, but I don't know. They just feel so much more comfortable. But look at the length. Like, you really mean to tell me this is a long? If this is a 90s slim, it fits right at my little ankle bone. So that's something to factor. Like, what length do you like in your pants? I swear to you guys, aside from mama trauma, one of my highest traumas is the length of my pants, because I started working in middle school, but it wasn't until high school that I had a good job and I started buying my own clothes that I learned that there were lengths to pants. So for the first like 15 years of my life, I had high waters or floods, and I was the little Mexican girl that didn't speak English and had really short pants. So for me, when I see a pant that like wants to be long enough, but just for some reason doesn't feel the right length, I get a little, I don't like to use the T word. It's overused and abused, but yeah, I get a little, it's like, I don't know. It's like scratching at the scab a little bit, but the way it feels, I'm like, I could really use these every day with like my cozy little Sherpa or hoodie or sweatshirt, or I could dress it up with like a cute little cardigan. Plus, look at how it makes my butt look. I mean, is cute butt a deciding factor when it comes to jeans? I feel like that's a hard yes. right? Okay, these broke my millennial heart just a little bit. These are a mid-rise. High-rise right now is really giving me emotional comfort, but the way it looks on me, and even what Parker prefers, are mid to low-rise jeans. So I feel like these are a little more figure flattering, but I will say this. On this skinny mid-rise, they are so tight down the legs. I mean, like leggings tight. You could see the imprint of my socks. You could also, you know what I mean? But then my waist is like super roomy. So what that tells me is as I'm walking, my pants are going to slowly start sliding down because they're looser up here and tighter down there. And that is probably going to make me go absolutely bananas. So I wish it was a little more opposite, a little tighter on the waist and looser on the leg. I get that it's a skinny, but I don't need to be giving myself a pap smear every time I take a step. You know what I mean? All right, this is the final pair, and this is supposedly the exact same as the one I just tried on, except a different wash. So this is a skinny mid-rise. However, it is so much more fitting on the waist, not tight, fitted. And the legs are still pretty narrow, but not as tight as the others. So I'm not sure if the percentage of the fabric is different or the fact that it's hemmed, or I don't know what it is. The wash is darker. I don't tend to wear dark washes that often. In fact, I still wear white jeans in the winter. But I thought it was a good option to try on. This just goes to show how important it is to try jeans, to know what styles you prefer. Not so much what's flattering for you, because I think that when you grow up with like older parents, very traditional, like even boomer parents, it was like, if you're going to wear black shoes, you have to wear a black belt. You know, if you're going to have a black purse, you have to wear black shoes. You have to dress to what flatters your body type. I think we've come completely 180 to dress to what makes you happy, you know, as long as you're respectful, you're not offensive. I love that we live in that generation where you can dress to what makes you happy, not so much what is flattering. So it goes to show that you have to try on clothes. You have to know what you feel comfortable in, and then like don't put yourself in a position that it's probably going to make you feel worse about yourself. So I know for me, I'm a creature of habit. I ordered three pairs of skinny jeans because it's what I like. It's what I like. It's what I like. What did I end up loving? A style that's kind of outside of my box. So push yourself a little bit. I think the best outcomes come in a space of uncertainty, newness, challenge, just trying new things. So no, maybe you have a retailer you like, try different styles. I even thought, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to shop from Express. I'm going to get all my jeans from like Abercrombie because I see that all over my Instagram all the time. But the majority of their jeans are like straight denim. There's not a lot of stretch. I don't want to do that to myself. That would be putting myself too far out of my comfort zone. Then I would feel like I failed on trying something new. I don't want to go down that route. So right now, just standing in these skinny jeans, while they do feel like what I'm used to, they don't feel as comfortable as the other styles. So anyway, I'll link all of them regardless in the description box of this video. But I have a feeling that I'm probably only going to keep like 2 or 3 of them, which kind of puts me back at square 2 because, you know, I like to have 3 or 4 in rotation. You guys know I'm a jean girl. Like if I'm relaxing at home, I'm relaxing in jeans. So it's been a hard time for me right now, okay? It has. So I said bye to you guys and I kept trying on the pants and I just really couldn't figure out, you know, something's missing here. What's happening? So sometimes when you order 2 sizes, and you really want to commit to the smaller size, they don't all have to be the same size. In flexible thinking, because I'm like, all my jeans now have to be a size 8. If I'm a size 8, they all have to be a size 8. There was a style that I really liked, and when I put it on, it was not comfortable. It was like, it wasn't uncomfortable, but it just wasn't comfortable. And when something rubs me the wrong way or touches my armpits, I'm not going to put it on. It's going to live in my closet forever. So I opened the 10, I put it on. The relax straight high rise with a little bit of stretch. I mean, how 90s does that look? That is very like Janet Jackson denim. Now I love it. Now it's a little bunchy, but that's kind of like the look. It's a relaxed pair of jeans. When I put on the size 8, there was nothing relaxed about it, not even the person inside the pants. So depending on the style, you might have to get a different size, okay? So I'm preaching to the choir here. I'm pretty sure you guys are emotionally regulated and not as inflexible as I am. But for me, I was like, oh, I really like this pair. I wish it actually looked relaxed. Oh, get the 10 out of the box. Look at that. Oh, so cute. So 90s. Nothing like a little pressure of an Instagram reel to really make you lock down your choices. So I went through and I tried everything on after I tried it on with you guys. And I was just like undecided, and this feels kind of this, and this reminds me of that, and what could I wear this with? And, you know, all of the jeans were, I think, 50% off. I want to say 40 or 50, because I thought, okay, if every single one fits, I'm going to spend $300 on jeans, was my mentality. And so I just did a reel. If it's live, I'll link it down below. But this is what I'm actually keeping, like 100%. I got the scissors out just for you guys because we are going to take the tags off together. So the first one that I'm keeping is the sweatpants pair, the one that feels like sweatpants, the one that you can wear on your cozy days, the one that you can dress up or dress down. Just the fabric, the texture, the stretch, the shape is very comfortable, and that's this style right here. It is the 90s Slim High Rise, and I went with my usual size, my size 8, and so I'm going to cut the tags off. Actually, I'm not even going to cut that. That's going to take up way too much of your time. Then I kept the Relaxed Straight High Rise. This claims to be a stretch, but it's not the stretchiest that I've ever worn. So I went up a size on this one. I really like this one. It has just a little bit of stretch, but it does give that straight denim look. And I really, really, really like that. Went up a size just to go with the 90s look. This one is a really cool pair because not only is it a dark denim, but it also gives like a trouser look. So if you work in an office and maybe on Fridays you're allowed to wear jeans, or I don't know, you're more of a casual, but you still want to dress it up a little bit. This pair here, I also went up a size. It's the wide leg high rise, and it is like a deeper wash. I really like this one. This is a really... It's not uncomfortable. If you go up a size, it's not uncomfortable, and you can really embrace the more elevated look of the denim, and it also doesn't have any distressing on it. And then the 90s Slim High Rise. I really like this one from the way it fits around my legs, from the rise, from the color of the denim. It has that like dingy kind of dirty 90s denim look, and it is the cuffed style. So this kind of looks a little more trendy. I'm not typically a fan of trendy, right? I just wear what I like and what feels comfortable, but this is definitely a little more trendy. It's a little more cuffed. It would look really good with all that square toe boots, Mary Janes that are really hot this season. So really like that style. And I also really like the length. It does run long. So despite being the long, it's still pretty long. And then the last style that I kept, I'm actually still wearing it because it's so comfortable. I love it, you guys. The Relaxed Flare High Rise. Relaxed Flare High Rise. This is the one that has the really, really wide, long length. Honestly, with the price of Express jeans, you could probably tailor them and still it wouldn't amount to the cost of like a designer pair of jeans. Denim these days, I don't think there's any really high quality denim that's reasonably priced. So unless you're gonna make the investment, then I don't know, get something that you really like and don't break the bank. Honestly, do we have any bank to break right now? Do you guys want to hear the silliest thing ever? So my friend, April, obviously you know who I'm talking about because we're pretty much parasocial besties. So April Athena 7, if you don't follow her, what are you doing with your life? On Instagram, she was on stories and she was wearing this very luxurious looking Sherpa or pullover or half zip, whatever you want to call it. And so I was like, immediately in my shopping cart, where did you get it? I thought she was going to say something like, oh, it's Free People. It's not like she's bougie or anything, but it looks bougie, right? And so she's like, oh, I'll send you a link. You guys know, actually, let's not even take it too far. You know the Sherpa that I live for every time it gets just a little bit cold? It's the same one. It's the same one. So she just made the ivory and black one look extra luxurious, but it's literally the same one. The only difference is I got this one, I think in a large. Large or extra large? I'll double check and I'll put it in the description. But you guys, I mean, fall and winter are my season. My boyfriend agrees. You know, I find it very odd that he has to be exactly where I am within, like, if he's not directly touching me, he's within like touching distance. He sniffs me, he licks me, he says hello, he puts the little paws on me, like he jumps up on me, but I can't touch him unless I put his leash on and I guide him to the living room, which is part of his training, or he's in his playpen. Otherwise, I can't touch him. Watch. It's okay. Come here. Ven, mi amor. Man, chiquitito. Ven, mi amor, en mi vida. Ven. Ven, papito. Come here, Hank. Come here. Come here. God is perfection, you guys, because not only does he send me this perfect little angel for us to heal together, but he's using Hank as a way to teach me grace, patience, and just that the impossible is possible sometimes. Because look, he wants it. And unfortunately, he was dealt a deck of cards, you know? He was dealt a hand, and he wants it. He just doesn't know how to receive it. And I want to give it so bad. It's literally what, like, my whole purpose in life, right? So the way that my therapist described it is when you're born, right? You're like a blank computer. And the way you're raised is the software that's put on your computer. And so if you're given the wrong or the software, then as an adult, you have to do the work to delete the software and put the right one in. And that's not as easy as it is on a computer. So my sense of value comes from what can I contribute? How am I making a difference? I'm only worthy of love if I'm providing a service. We received affection as currency or attention. Any type of affection or attention was currency. So if I cleaned my room, if I did the dishes, then I was, I got a hug or acknowledgement or a, hey, good job. You did what you were supposed to do, So now, as hard as I work on it, I don't think it's something that I'm ever going to fully move on from. If I don't feel like I'm doing something worthy, like feeding my family, having a clean house, buying Parker his favorite snacks or refilling his supplements or, packing his lunch every day, I don't feel like I'm worthy of being kept around. And it sounds really sad. It's not as depressing as it sounds. It gives me purpose. And so being given the benefit, the beauty, the privilege of adopting a dog like Hank is pretty much the hard way of learning that you can be loved and accepted and not necessarily have to do anything for someone. Everything comes with time, with patience, and happens in the way that it's supposed to happen. So I feel some days so frustrated because I can't touch him. I can't heal him. I can't fix him. And it's like, it's totally my fault. I'm not doing enough. I'm not working hard enough. But then he sits in my lap, or he follows me around, or he wags his tail every time he sees me, or, he sits next to me anywhere I am, everywhere I am. Last night, you guys, he fell asleep with us in the bed. I woke up and I was like, oh crap, I didn't put them away. And for him, he was like, all right, we're doing this. We're going to bed. And the minute that I realized he had fallen asleep and I was trying to get out of bed without waking him, he got startled and ran away because he thought I was probably going to grab him or snatch him up or something. But anyway, I don't know how we got on the Hank subject, but I think unless you see what I'm trying to describe, it's really hard to show you guys unless I actually try to touch him. So when I show you guys on Instagram, like, oh my God, look, Hank is making leaps. He's sitting with me on the couch. I think a lot of people that don't have the full picture are going to be like, okay, my dog sits with me on the toilet. You know, it's like big whoop. But it's like, no, this is huge. Because if I try and touch him, I don't want to touch him again. I feel like it scares him. But yeah, when I tried to be like, oh, hi, buddy. And he's not afraid of me. He's afraid of physical contact. He doesn't know how to receive it. Shoot, when we were teaching him how to play, he bites. Not in a violent, aggressive kind of bite like he has on his report card where he's like a total parolee right now. But like he only knows how to play with, you know, like how dogs play, like pack animals, how they play with little nibbles, little snaps, and so he slowly learned how to be a domesticated pet in a home. Or not learned, learning. We got lots of work to do. Is anyone else still a newborn baby with delicate skin? Okay, I'm not, but I never wear unwashed denim. I can't, you know, because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to have an estrogen patch that's bright blue, and I'm going to have a car seat, like in my car, that's bright blue, and then I'm going to have a big blue stain on my couch, and then I'm going to have a big blue stain on my cute little boucle office ADHD chair, and then so wash your denim. You can wash it inside out if you want. I know that's what it says. It's cold water, inside out. I wash it in warm water, right side out, because I want to get as much dye off from the jump as possible. I don't think you guys should follow me for like homemaker tips, you know, because I'm over here telling you to have salmonella chicken and like bacteria filled rice and dye-less denim. It works for me. The severity to which I am a homebody has gotten ridiculous. Okay, I need to go to the post office because I haven't checked my PO box in God knows how long. And if I don't check it every 14 days, they return my mail. Do I have mail there every 14 days? I don't. I don't think I remember the last time I got anything sent to my mail that wasn't spam or my PO box. But we're going to go anyway, and we're going to go because our friend Kimberly, oh my God, I'm going to drop you guys. Our friend Kimberly in, I believe, Connecticut. You guys, I'm going to get a ticket. I drove past the police department right now. I'm like right next to the police department. I'm trying to vlog on a camera I shouldn't be vlogging on while I'm driving. I couldn't find my other camera, and I let Parker borrow my mount from my phone, and I just haven't reset it up. He gave it back. This isn't Parker's fault. You thought I was going there with this, right? No, I'm not. I'm holding my camera down with my fingers. I wasn't gonna throw my husband under the bus because he gives me things back that he borrows. And he usually gives them back in a better condition, cleaned and primed and lubricated, or I don't know, readjusted and realigned. No, it's just me. He gave it back, so I just threw it in my car. But I didn't reset it up. But anyway, the level of homebody that I've reached is ridiculous. You know, it is really difficult these days to get me out of the house. I'm happy at home. But I miss vlogging in the car. I miss taking you guys places. But I don't really go places. I rarely go anywhere these days. Or lately, or in the last few years. So I mustered up the strength and the courage and the effort and the motivation. Honestly, thank you, Ritalin 10 milligrams, because that is just the right amount that has been really helping me succeed at life. The regular content, the activity on Instagram, honestly, it's 10 milligrams. That's like my happy dose. That's pretty crazy, right? For a 40-year-old, almost 6 foot, 100 and almost 70 pound adult, that's my magic number. And so I mustered up the strength, the courage. Honestly, this is God's work here. You know, I'm being courageous and brave, getting myself to the post office. Now because I'm coming to this, I'm not crashing, by the way. My car's just dramatic. like its owner. I'm coming to this post office, which means I can check my P.O. box, and Kimberly's gonna get her package like a day or two sooner because it's a headquarters. Yeah, it's a distribution center. I know my post office is. All right, tell me you're over 40 without telling me you're over 40. So we're at the post office. I'm gonna drop off a package. I'm gonna check my P.O. box, and this is my accountability report that I actually left the home. The home? My home. That I actually left my home today. Honestly, you guys, I really need to just live my life, you know, stop overthinking things, stop questioning the whys. I really was like, oh, it's so cold outside. I don't want to. But Kimberly really needs her overalls, you know? I've been like breadcrumbing or teardropping posts on my Poshmark, and I posted my Walmart overalls, you know, those really cute denim overalls with like the white daisies that don't fit me anymore. And Kimberly bought them, so they're on their way to her. CT is Connecticut, right? I think she's in Connecticut. Shout out to my friend Kim in the CT. I don't know why I said it like that. Anyway, I dropped off her package, and I had a slip that I had a package from Kelly in Orlando, and it's fragile. Kelly Ortiz, she actually sent me an email, and it is very rare that you catch me like at my email at the right time. And she caught me on my email, and she's like, hey, I know you had your P.O. box listed on your videos for a while. It's not there anymore. Do you still receive stuff there? I'm like, you know what? I deleted it because I've been contemplating deleting my P.O. box because the price has increased every single year for the last like 13 years that I've had my P.O. box. And it's just getting extraordinarily expensive for never getting a package. And then this happens. Okay. I'm so excited. You guys know the type of child that I am, okay? So let's see. I want to get to the bottom. Make sure, okay. We're to the bottom. We have this little package here. Oh, what is this? There should be maybe there's a note. Oh, there is a note. Okay. So it's from Kelly, and she said, I came across this and it made me think of you. I know life has been lifing lately, but remember, this too shall pass. I hope this makes you smile. Life has been lifing. I'm going to start saying that because that sounds way less negative. You know, it's just like, it is what it is. Oh my God, this is hilarious. Can I bathe in it? It is stress relief perfume mist. I need to bathe in it. Okay, then this is Burley Tobacco. It's like a really beautiful branding or logo. Gosh, I wish I knew. It's giving me very like Middle Eastern vibes. I'm not sure. I'm not. Don't kill me, okay? But it looks Middle Eastern to me. And it is a natural perfume oil. Oh, should we sniff it? Does it smell like sunscreen? Oh, that smells really pretty. This smells super unisex. And I probably would lovingly bite my husband if he smelled like this. Oh my gosh, that smells like sweet but smoky. Oh, that's nice. Okay, and then the other one is Romancia. You see the letters? Isn't that beautiful? I wish I could read like every language. Wouldn't that be like the best superpower? This doesn't say what the scent is. I don't think the other one did either, but let's sniff it. Oh. Oh, that smells really nice. I can't describe it. That smells good. I'm going to try and Google this product and see if I can find the, it's a perfume oil, but I can't describe the notes. But I would definitely smell like this confidently. That smells really nice. It's not sexy. It smells really pretty. Okay, cool. But I'm assuming that when she said she saw this and thought about me, she was talking about, can you see? I think you can see. Players Snack Shop game. Yeah. Do you know how many board games my home has? There's probably more board games in there than like retirement funds. Okay. This is a snack shop game with Hello Kitty and her friends. Play together as a team to earn 12 tokens before closing time. Find, share, play, and enjoy surprises along the way. Oh my goodness. Do you want to play with me, you guys? This is so cute. Kelly, you made my day. And this is just a testament of why I need to leave the house more often, you know? This is so... What does that smell like? Gosh, it smells familiar, but it smells so lovely. Oh my gosh. That's the Romancia one, I think. That's nice. Okay, let me tell you the extreme of my like homebodiness. I had to return my Express jeans, you know, like the 92 pairs that didn't fit. I ended up only keeping 5. And I don't want to do that right now. I don't. Do you know the amount of effort that it would take to park at a mall, walk into a mall, make a return, and then ruin a manager's day because of how much stuff I'm returning? I don't want to do that. You know what I do have the energy for? To thank you, Kelly, for being such a sweet, amazing, awesome friend for such a long time. It's really nice. To me, it's a very full circle moment when I think about you outside of the context of YouTube. For example, you guys have heard me talk about Miss Nina, my friend Miss Nina. She sent me lefty scissors. So there are times where I'm not vlogging, where I'm not posting content, where I'm not, you know, on the Instagram. And I use my lefty scissors and I'm like, I wonder what Nina's up to. I was going to say Lena, that's my niece, my goddaughter niece. I wonder what Nina's up to. I hope she's happy. A little prayer for her, you know? And so when you guys think of me, outside of the context of playing, like pressing play on your phone or device, I don't know, that's a true compliment. You know, that's another level of friendship or relationship that we've reached. So I do appreciate it, and it makes a really, really big difference. So thank you. You guys, I just got home from running our errand. I am tremendously afraid that this vlog is going to be probably 2 hours long. Afraid in the context of that's going to be a lot of editing, but I also am not a fan of splitting vlogs up. I feel like it really just, it cuts the vibe in half. Do you hear that? My jeans are almost done. They're almost ready for the dryer. Yeah, I put mine in the dryer. I rushed home. Sun-ripened raspberry. That's what it smells like. It smells like an elevated, grown-up sun-ripened raspberry. That's why it smells so familiar. Were you guys like pear berry girls, sweet pea, cucumber melon? Like what was your Bath and Body Works assault fragrance? And I mean assault because you would put it on in between every single class, and you consumed half a bottle, right? By the time the day was over. Okay, so my husband got an Amazon package, but also I swear, I complain about like, oh, I can't afford Pilates. Right now, times are tough. Our grocery bill has tripled, but I'm also not making certain sacrifices like not getting wild grain. You know, like, honestly, I'm okay going for a walk. I'm okay using my walking pad and my little, I don't even know what that's called, the little vibration plate. I use it 3 times a week. I wonder if that's also what's helping me with inflammation. But there's just some things that really, they make the whole family happy. And that is wild grain. Their sourdough. I don't turn around because it's Parker's office and he has a lot of stuff everywhere. The sourdough, the big giant cookies. It's just, I tried their snickerdoodle cookies. Not my favorite. They are yummy, they're chewy, they're fantastic, but they're not really consistent from one order to the next, and they kind of just like blew up, filled up a whole pan, even though I only put 3 on a cookie sheet because it says on the package that they blow up. Anyway, this is our repeat order of 3 loaves of sourdough, 3 chocolate chip cookies, and our free croissants. Have you guys heard of glazed croissants? So H-E-B started this thing of glazed croissants and now they sell out all the time. Well, because they sell out, so many people are like, how can I make them at home? You know, the beauty of the internet, right? So now there's all these recipes on how to make glazed croissants at home. And a lot of these videos or reels are using the wild grain croissants. But there's a step in there that makes me really uncomfortable. So basically you take the frozen raw croissants, throw them in the oven, cook them. Take them out, fry them quickly on both sides in oil, and then glaze them. I'm like, ugh. That extra step for me is a deal breaker automatically. Like, if I can avoid frying, I'm always gonna avoid frying. Have you guys ever like unintentionally been assaulted by a reel, like an Instagram reel or a YouTube short? I was just assaulted by a YouTube short that said how to be, you know, cool in the current present day. I don't remember what the proper vernacular was or the verbiage she used. She's a very high fashion, very elegant looking young lady. And she was like, you know, how to elevate your looks for present day. Switch your skinny jeans to ditch your chunky heels for a more elegant, slim heel. Apparently, if you wear skinny jeans and lug soles, you are not in fashion right now. So I'm starting a support group, and I'm calling it support so that it feels like I'm supporting this creator, but it's really just a cool group. I am starting a cool group of those of you that are still wearing your skinny jeans and your lug soles. And I really wish I remembered what else she was talking about, because I'm pretty sure I did all of those things. So that's my share for the day. That's my share for the day of how I was assaulted by a YouTube short. You're welcome. Did I just assault you too? I'm so sorry. Teach me an answer move. So now I have to do it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, another care.
We gotta put them in different colors.
Create a special handshake with a friend. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold on, again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like it. Okay, do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yay! That was kind of neat. It's a really cute game. If you win, everybody wins, because you have to get all of these before you close the shop.
I think we're doing slow. We only have 4 more left.
What if you like refuse? Like you don't want it? You don't get a treat token, right?
1. Share.
Make up a song about a friend.
Go.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I have a little boy. His name is Daniel. He makes me happy because his head is so big. He gives the best hugs and he eats all day. My favorite thing about him is makes me laugh. You're like, please be quiet. Okay, let me try.
Oh, I got 9. I guess I gotta move up 9. Take a treat.
Oh, you didn't have to do anything. You just got a treat. We're gonna beat the shop closing. We're gonna sell out a treat. Get a partner, dance. Ready? Isn't like our pretend music? I like how there's no hesitation. We just do it. It's like, whatever. Just do it.
Look at cookies.
Ooh, I love cookies. Find something that you can hold a hot pan with.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. 30, I believe.
Ah!
Put it just on the towel.
Did I do it?
Yes. Okay, we're restarting again.
So we won.
Yeah, but we're just gonna keep doing it
Is that?
until we close.
Okay, all right, I like that. So we won already, but
To see how many batches we can get.
or how many silly cards there are. They're like cute silly. I like them.
My turn.
Just give me like a little arm or something. People probably think we're divorced since we've been seen in months.
We flex a little.
Just a little.
Uh-huh.
No!
Oh my goodness gracious. Of my whole universe. Oh my goodness.